Haha. Hello, my people. I don't come back again, or I don't show again. So I'm right back again. And on this episode, this is a transfers special for Liverpool. Summer transfers special for Liverpool FC, for Liverpool Football Club. So what we are looking to do is towards the transfer window or when the transfer window is open or things like that, or towards the end of the season, clubs are trying to strengthen for the forthcoming season, especially during the summer period. For the forthcoming season, players are looking to get moves, just to experience a different competition or just get a different experience, so they are willing to transfer. Clubs want to strengthen for the forthcoming season and things like that. So for Liverpool, right, on this day of this recording, there have been lots of news going all around, rumors and etc. So we are going to be looking at some of those players that have been mentioned in the news. We are going to be looking at some of the weak areas, either weak areas or vacant positions or positions that is due for competition in the Liverpool team and the Liverpool squad. Amongst that are about 4 to 5 different positions. One of them is the left back position, the right back position, the midfield position, right, and the striker position. Especially the striker position, very, very important. And from what we believe, that position may take a huge chunk of the Liverpool budget. And that's about 4. So the 5th one possibly could be for either another central defender, because Jarek Kwanzaa will be going out on loan, or he may be sold, one or the other. And Endo hasn't been really favored in Slot's system, right? Hasn't been really trusted and favored in that system. Throughout the end of the campaign, it has always been Van Dijk for 80 to 90% of the games. So we will be looking for would there be alternatives to that position and all that. So starting from the back to the front, right? The right back or left back positions. So far, let's try to see. One of the names that have been mentioned for the right back position is that of Jeremie Frimpong. So we are going to see what are the attributes of Jeremie Frimpong, what are the other alternatives. Obviously, as at the time of recording this video, there is a news that Jeremie Frimpong has already completed his medical and he's expected to sign for Liverpool in the coming hours. So let's go there. So the way you do it is we come here and then we type Jeremie Frimpong, or Frimpong will be easy. I think it is MIE for Jeremie. And then let's look at his attributes. Obviously, Jeremie Frimpong isn't kind of like an upgrade on Trent or want to actually match his overall ability. But we are going to see that anyways, comparing Frimpong and Trent. But I mean, this is kind of like the best the Liverpool football club can actually get in the market as at the time of this recording. And looking at his stats or his qualities or attributes, you can see that he's an excellent player on the flanks. And like you already know from me, right, players who are on the flanks, I really love them to have lots of pace and acceleration, because opposing teams or opposing clubs would also be signing wingers that have lots of pace and acceleration. So if yours can't match that, it's a sorry case. You have, imagine in the Premier League, for example, players who will be going up against the likes of Mohamed Salah, Jeremy Doku, Saka, Martinelli, just name them, very pacey wingers, you understand, and there are a whole lot more. So if that right back or that left back can't really match that is disaster, because immediately that player is beaten. I mean, it's a goal scoring opportunity. So we can see that Jeremie Frimpong has acceleration and pace, which is very good. He currently, the minimum he has is 16, 17, but he has that potential to get up to 19 or 20, which is the highest in the game, right? Or in the game, which is a reflection of the maximum a player can be in reality. Okay, so we see his acceleration, and acceleration is actually the attribute that reflects how quickly a player can get to top speed from a standing position. How quickly can they get when they are trying to attack or trying to go for the ball, or create an opening space. You understand? Take for example, from a standing position, you have Jeremie Doku, who has beaten this player on the far right hand side of the pitch. How fast can this player actually run to actually cover or intercept Jeremie Doku's race or something like that? While pace, on the other hand, it reflects a player's top speed both on and off the ball. So what is the maximum this player can actually run when they are holding the ball? How fast can they move the ball? So sometimes pace and acceleration can be used interchangeably, and sometimes they also go together, right? I mean, like the likelihood of a player having acceleration and no pace, it's very, very low, and vice versa. Having pace and no acceleration is also very, very low. So usually they are almost the same thing, or they go together. So I really love wingers or fullbacks, wingbacks or fullbacks, attacking fullbacks that really have these qualities. So this he has. However, his tackling is poor, and tackling actually reflects how well he can actually make interceptions or defend. So this reflects the player's ability to win the ball cleanly without conceding fouls in such situations. You can look at a classic example who happens to be one of the best in the Premier League, being Wan-Bissaka. His tackling will be very, very high. In this case, Jeremie Frimpong lacked in that. So Liverpool fans, unless he actually improves in terms of the coaching and everything, then we are going to see an improvement. But trust me, this guy will get cooked, especially when he runs. And luckily, anyways, he makes up for that with his acceleration and pace, where the guy, if you run back, go cover. You understand? Sometimes you don't need to make tackles, but just run back, maybe if you block, the opposition player. Another thing is he has good stamina. He has good flair, which is very good. So it's that player's natural talent to be creative and unpredictable. Definitely Trent will have this more than him. He is also a good dribbler, as can be seen here. His minimum is 15, which is that player's ability to run with the ball and manipulate it under close control. When you have that kind of Messi-less kind of things, you just hold the ball and you are mesmerizing, that kind of that kind of thing. So here is Frimpong. He's 22 years old, of course, and the transfer fee being looked at for him is between 55 to 87. It's between 55 to 87. So we will see about that. So let's compare Frimpong and what's his name, and Trent Alexander-Arnold. And pardon me, some of the attributes I explained here, I definitely wouldn't explain them in the next, when we are looking at the next players, right? So the ones I haven't explained them, it takes some time to explain them, and which is totally good, because while we are also doing this, we are also learning. It's a learning process for us. You understand? And even before looking at Trent, let's look at his career stats, how well it has been. So he played, okay. This wasn't updated because I think he did so well in 2023-2024 season, helping Bayer Leverkusen towards their run of winning is it the treble or just the double, the unbeaten streak they had. Anyways, that's by his side. But actually from here we can see that he's good in terms of his goal contributions. Okay. So let's look at Trent and then compare both of them. Now you can see Trent, right? And like I mentioned earlier, Jeremie Doku isn't a direct replacement or a direct match for Trent. Obviously, Trent beats him in a whole lot, aside the acceleration and pace, and which we can also know, or we also know and we can explain, right? I mean, Trent, we know that when he goes forward to attack, coming back is a problem, and that has been a big issue for Liverpool. And sometimes that willingness to then tackle or dribble or make a tackle or make a block, is low. But trust me, Trent's passing, as you can see here, 18, and that is testament to what Trent actually gives you. His first touch, his crossing, the best in the league, like the best in the Premier League, or one of the best in the world, if not the best in the world, and we all know that anyways. So for this one, Trent wins. So Trent is 24. We hope that Jeremy Doku, we hope that Jeremie Frimpong, both of them Jeremie Frimpong would be able to at least get better in his attributes by the age of 23 or 24. All right, by now I think he should be 23 or 24, something like that, because this is in 2023 and we're in 2025. So let's just see. Let's compare Trent and Frimpong. So here is Trent and here is Frimpong. The green is Trent, the blue is Frimpong, and obviously, as you can see, Trent wins a lot. He has better crossing, better corner taking, though his dribbling is not as good as Jeremie Frimpong. His first touch is good, his passing is like amazing, 18. His technique is good, his composure, like his work rate, and so many things, right? In which, and in some cases too, Trent also like almost matches Jeremie Frimpong, aside his pace and acceleration. So guys, that is the comparison between Trent and Jeremie Frimpong. And you can imagine Trent is on 190, for example, in Liverpool, and Jeremie Frimpong, to be signed to Liverpool, he may ask for let's say 70, 75, 80, because we all know that Liverpool, like when it comes to the wage we offer players, it's not actually like the best in the league. So this is what we likely may get. Okay, all right, so that's about Jeremie Frimpong and Trent Alexander-Arnold for the right back position. So let's quickly take a look at Conor Bradley, just to see the competition between Conor Bradley and Jeremie Frimpong. And so you can imagine or wonder the excellent competition we will have in Liverpool's right back, and they are almost fairly the same, acceleration and pace. Bradley isn't that bad, he's also good, even better than Trent anyways. Tackling, Bradley is better. Dribbling, Jeremy Doku is better, even better than Trent. First touch, Bradley is also better anyways. So Liverpool fans, make no panic. That our right back slot has been sealed. It's been confirmed, excellent. No qualms. Moving over to the other side of the pitch, which is the left back position. Let's see. The name on the list, on Liverpool's list, is Milos Kerkez of Bournemouth. So let's see how good he is in terms of looking at his attributes, and he can play anywhere, almost anywhere on the left hand side of the pitch. So Milos Kerkez, he has not so good in terms of acceleration, but what he makes up for all that is his work rate, and this is so true. This is so true. For those that have actually watched Bournemouth this season, this guy is a workhorse, kind of like, and it's a very perfect replacement, for Robertson, because we all know that Robertson has an equal amount of work rate, if not a little better, and moreover, he's 19, 20 years old, so you can imagine that he can improve. And for his tackling, it's amazing. His tackling is 14. Let's see. So I think Kerkez is also an excellent left back we can actually get. So let's see for Robertson. Robertson is so much better anyways, more experience and everything. He has better acceleration, better tackling, better crossing, better aggression and sustained determination. His work rate is 17, like I said, better than Milos Kerkez. His aggression, and we all know Robertson doesn't take shit. If you remember, there is this in the Barcelona semi-final, we beat them in Anfield, the 4-0 and the corner taken quickly. I think there was I think it is in the first leg in Camp Nou, where I think there is this famous picture or video of Andrew Robertson shoving the head and pushing the head of Lionel Messi, Baba goat's head you push, the goat's head he push. That's just say Robertson, he doesn't take nonsense. He has that level of aggression, so obvious apologies anyways. Currently, age has caught up with him, so he has fallen down in terms of his quality. So that's for the fullback positions. Let's look at the defensive position, and two names that were looked at were Dean Huijsen and Jarell Hato. And so we are just going to quickly see what are the qualities of these two players. Obviously, as you may already know, Dean Huijsen of Bournemouth has left for Real Madrid. He signed for Real Madrid. So what sort of players are they getting? Let's see if he... I don't know if I am getting his name correctly. No, I think I'm getting the name wrong. Let me just quickly do a search for... Yeah, but why is he not here? Maybe he's not yet scouted. Okay, we leave that for now, but let's look at Jarell Hato. Jarell Hato, another Dutch player. Oh my God, we are really becoming Dutch FC. So he's 17 years old. However, he's good when it comes to tackling. He has a good amount of tackling anyways, and then crossing 14 to 20, natural fitness 14, and yeah, I think he's a fairly good player. But for me, my preference is that I usually prefer my defenders to be strong in the tackle, right? To have a good level, like 16, 17 in terms of tackling, and obviously you'll be almost one of the best in the world. So to be really honest, I don't expect a 17-year-old to actually have up to like 16, 17 level of tackling, unless you are the Lamine Yamal of defenders. So that's for Jarell Hato. So we'll move quickly to the names that have been mentioned when it comes to midfielders for Liverpool. Among these names are Rodrigo, Ryan Cherki, Florian Wirtz, and Stiller. And we are going to see which positions all these players play. Just to mention, Rodrigo plays primarily on the right hand side in Madrid. So we are actually looking at a right attacking midfielder. Ryan Cherki plays anywhere on both the left or the right. He uses both foot, which is good. Florian Wirtz primarily plays on the left hand side, and Stiller plays as a defensive midfielder. And if you remember, like I mentioned, Ryan Gramovich was actually ran to the ground by an slot. So it would be better if we can get another defensive midfielder that can actually cover for him, since Endo isn't that trusted by our beloved Arne Slot. Arne Slot. La 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 la. Okay, let's move. So the first name on the list we can look at is Rodrigo, and we wouldn't spend so much time on Rodrigo because Madrid letting him go and the amount would be so high, and then it will just be competition for Mohamed Salah. I believe another club will get him anyways, but let's just see how good he is. His dribbling is 17, finishing is 17. He has a good level of agility and balance, and let's just educate ourselves what does agility mean. So it reflects how well a player can start, stop, and move in a different direction at varying levels of speed, both on and off the ball. Like, how fast can this player turn? Like, just do like this. Can this player turn while going to the left, turn to the right, or from the right to the left, or backward or forward? Quickly, and then balance reflects how well a player can stay on his feet, both on and off the ball. Not be saying a person where you could just give shoulder, you could just throw it. So it's not like you give him a shove and then for balance, take for example, Luis Diaz wouldn't really be the best when it comes to his balance because most times he's not so strong on the ball. Anyways, so that's for Rodrigo. If you need anything special or something in particular to see about these players, do let me know in the comment section below. And if you love it so far, please like, and please also subscribe if you haven't done that, so you also get updates on things like this. And his favored position is as an attacking midfielder, right, like I mentioned. So the next name would be Ryan Cherki and Florian Wirtz. These are interesting players to look at. So Ryan Cherki is 19 years old. He plays for Olympique Lyon He has been playing there for quite a long time now, and he plays anywhere across the front line, across the front three positions or the front four, including the striker as a striker. But he plays primarily as an attacking midfielder in the central position. So his qualities or attributes, he's crossing his 12, dribbling his 12, finishing 12. Nothing so exceptional. And when I mean something being exceptional, like a player having green, not like lemon green, but like leafy green. So he's 17, 18, 19, 20. You know that this player is just forget it. He's amazing. But anyway, he's 19 and he has a good amount of time to also develop. However, his passing isn't the best. His passing is 11, but he has the potential to get up to 16. But his first touch is good. So I'll prefer, for a central attacking midfielder, I would love two things. One, their passing and vision excellence. I don't really care about any other thing. Their passing and vision, it has to be like, at least one of them should be green, you understand? Then the dribbling is 12 and then finishing 12. Which is also good, but that is it. So let's see Florian Wirtz, and then we'll compare both of them. Florian Wirtz of Bayer Leverkusen. Now, look at now, like Florian Wirtz can play multiple positions as a central midfielder, an attacking central midfielder, left midfielder, right midfielder, left attacking. All these are attacking midfielders, and to some extent, he can even play as a striker. And you can see his dribbling is 17, his passing is 17 also, his vision, like you can see signs of Mesut Ozil in Florian Wirtz in a way, right? You don't expect him to also mark anyways, like we have Zoboslai who plays in that particular position, for him to call back and mark or has high work rate. The work rate is 15, which is not so bad. But that is it. And his technique is also good. It reflects the aesthetic quality of a player's technical game, how refined they are with the ball at feet. Technique is important in being able to pull off a tricky pass or cross-field ball. So like Florian Wirtz is good. And then we talked about agility, how fast the player can move from one, like change direction from a particular position. His flair is also amazing. The player's natural talent for the creative and unpredictable, and his vision. This is one of the vision and passing. You see those two things, they be like bread and beans. They be like granite and sugar, or granite and gari. Like they be like party jollof and fried meat. Like they be like, oh god, like vision and passing. Just forget about it. It's so good, and his first touch is also amazing. So now let's compare him with like these two players, Florian Wirtz and Ryan Cherki. Like you can see here, Florian Wirtz beats Ryan Cherki in a whole lot of categories, and he's just only a year older anyways, a German player for that matter. So you can see, aside free kick taking, Ryan Cherki is so much better, as we can see here. Ryan Cherki is also stronger. Physically, just looking at these players, you would know Ryan Cherki they play. The guy is strong. The guy is strong. But for many other things, his vision is low. Like Florian Wirtz beats him so much in terms of vision. And if you look at the cost, obviously he's more expensive than Ryan Cherki. So if you ask me, my preferred choice would be Florian Wirtz. And just to mention, a good advantage or an advantage for Ryan Cherki over Florian Wirtz, Ryan Cherki is two-footed, so he doesn't have a preferred or favored foot, unlike Florian Wirtz, who prefers to use his right, and just like Salah, who would prefer to use his left. So things like that. Okay. Well, the other player for the defensive midfield position is Angelo Stiller of Hoffenheim. Angelo Stiller of Hoffenheim. He's 22, and he has a good amount of passing. But when it comes to tackling, his tackling is 12, so he's not like really a destroyer, but he's someone who can actually, his first choice is 15, but he has good stamina actually, so he really can't just be shoved or pushed off the ball, So stamina reflects a player's ability to endure high level of physical activity for extended periods of game. Like he will run to the ground, and he's 22 years old. So okay, yep. So that's about Angelo Stiller, a good option. We may also check for other defensive midfielders that can also play in that position. And now the most wanted, the priority position, the number one position we are looking at in Liverpool Football Club is that of the striker position. Obviously, if you've been with Liverpool, you understand. Even if you've been watching the Premier League, you know, my God, Liverpool, they've suffered. Ever since Firmino left, Bobby, you too much. Like ever since Firmino left, we can't get Darwin Núñez. Anyways, without wasting much time, first of all, let's check Darwin Núñez. Is he really a bad player? For me personally, I don't think he's a bad player, but I don't know what kind of excuse. Because anything I say now will just feel like an excuse I'm making for him. But is he Darwin? Anyway, let's just see. And I just feel sometimes certain things wouldn't work, or just doesn't work for some players, or maybe it's not meant to actually work for them. And we'll see why also, because take for example, Joshua Zexi and Darwin Núñez, they are kind of like brothers in the same WhatsApp group, or twins from the same family. These are players, I believe they have very good qualities, but express those qualities without letting the ovation of the game or where you are dwell on you so much is a problem. Anyway, so let's look at our beloved brother Darwin Núñez. So for Darwin Núñez, he can play on the left-hand side of the attacking trio, or as a striker. Obviously, he's being played in the striker position. Darwin Núñez can run. He has good acceleration and pace. We know what that means. But Darwin Núñez, his finishing is 14. And finishing also goes with composure, right? Finishing also goes with composure. So when we check, the attribute is the player's steadiness of mind and ability to make intelligent decisions with and without the ball. Intelligent is, you are with the ball, the goalkeeper is running out. Intelligent, do you just want to try and play it under the goalkeeper's leg, or if the goalkeeper is actually diving to the ground, chipping it? Make intelligent positions, or are you just striking the ball anywhere? He blasts the goalkeeper, blasts the post. You understand? So it's the player's ability to make intelligent decisions, to be steady. And I think that's one thing that Núñez lacks. Obviously, it's 12. I even expect it to be lower than that. And looking at his aggression is 16. I mean, we all know now. Darwin Núñez, he would prefer to hit a defender rather than winning the ball. When contesting for a ball. But he has good flair and good determination, and determination reflects the player's commitment to succeed and do his very best on and off the pitch. And to some extent, I would agree with this, because most times we see that Darwin Núñez wants to he's trying his best, but it is not just working. In all fairness, it's not just working, but he's trying his best. So I really don't know. But his finishing has to improve, and I think it improved in this game, which is why it is being highlighted there. It should be probably lower than this before, so improved in these regards, or in these aspects, from when he came to Liverpool. Okay, I don't think there's any other thing to look at concerning Darwin Núñez. Please drop your comments on each of these players and what you think. So the options available or possible to Liverpool right now, the big name options, they are Victor Osimhen, Alexander Isak, Viktor Gyökeres, and Hugo Ekitike. And I think in some other news there was this other guy. There was another player, now I've forgotten his name. Anyways, along the way when I remember, I'll drop it. Okay, so let's look at them one after the other. First of all, let's look at Ekitike, and then we'll move up the list. So Hugo Ekitike is one that has been touted so much in the news, and it says he plays for PSG, but currently I think he plays for this team Frankfurt, Frankfurt. Okay, and his finishing is 11. He's 21 years old, Honestly, he really is not an upgrade on Darwin Núñez, to be very honest. His composure is a level. He's still a raw player. However, I don't know, maybe because the player isn't yet scouted so much, but these are the expectations. So, for me, I wouldn't, even if we are signing Hugo Ekitike, we should have somebody else that can actually act as a strong competition for him, because we also expect Darwin Núñez to leave, and we also expect Diogo Jota to also leave because of his injury issues. So I believe Hugo Ekitike can also improve, but that is it. Then Viktor Gyökeres. This is what we call a striker. These are the kind of strikers that we want to be linked with. I mean, look at his finishing is 17. And guys, like we are testament to Viktor Gyökeres and his goal scoring prowess this season. I think he has had about 36 goals in the league so far, or in Europe, or maybe even more. Correct me if I'm wrong, anyways. And he's one of the leading goal scorers, anyways, in Europe. His finishing is 17. His natural fitness. Look at natural fitness. This attribute reflects how well a player stays fit when injured or not in training. So, like, even though they are injured, when they are not in training, how well can this player come back? Like, it's not as if he's injured, but he's trying to stay fit. Let's give him 1 week or 2 weeks. No, immediately he has recovered, this guy is starting the football match. It's also used to determine how well they maintain their physical attributes past their peak and maintain fitness between matches. So I think he has that one. He is also strong on the ball, in terms of his stamina and strength. His determination is also great. However, his aggression is 17. We know that Núñez is 16. Gyökeres, please say this guy not agree. It seems like he has the attributes to bite. No, let me not use that word bite or say that term, because that's only Suarez has that title. Like this one, he can, if he able person or give person chico, give person uppercut for pitch, deck the referee, deck the referee. So like he has a high level of aggression, and sometimes aggression can be good, right? It determines how well a striker can actually struggle for the ball when competing with a defender. Like let's say they are one-on-one, or the ball is on the run and they are running with a defender. Like it also determines how well they can try to push or shove the defender away, but he may be susceptible to lots of yellow cards. But that's by the way. But his finishing and his dribbling, first touch, his penalty taking, another very good penalty taker. And Baba, look at his work rates. This guy can play 120 minutes non-stop. He wouldn't get tired. Like, willingness to work to his full capacity, going above and beyond the call of duty. This guy will walk himself to the ground. So like Gyökeres is also a good one. However, clubs like Arsenal and Man U, and I think other big clubs will be going for him, and he's 25 years old. The other name on the list is Alexander Isak, who happens to be also a very good. Now you can see the category of players and their reflection in real life. Like, tell me, everyone knows about Alexander Isak and Newcastle this season in the Premier League. Like, look at his dribbling, 17 for a player that's tall with that height. Finishing is 15. I mean, having acceleration, dribbling, and finishing. Like, your finishing can be low. Your finishing can even be 12. But if you have a good level of dribbling and acceleration, it means you can actually beat a player or beat a defender, and then you are having a good goal scoring opportunity. That's what it literally means. And you have good flair, good off the ball. So like, and he can play as a striker or play on the flanks or on the wings, though that wouldn't be his primary, So like Alexander Isak, no, he's a very good one. Now let's move over to my favorite, my preferred striker for Liverpool. And yes, you may say because I am biased, I agree. It's not just about being biased, but being like the quality this player has. Hey, look at Victor Osimhen, the former African Footballer of the Year. Finishing 18, dribbling 13, first touch. Off the ball 19, and in case you don't know, off the ball, means the player's ability to move when not in possession of the ball, making themselves available to receive a pass in a dangerous position. When I read this, what can you think? Which player in Liverpool can you think of like that? Roberto. Is it Roberto? No, it's not Roberto. Bobby. I wanted to say Roberto Firmino. Roberto Firmino. Bobby Firmino. Bobby Firmino. So Firmino, like that. No. Firmino, hey, he will swavel. You guys are playing, no problem. I'll create space for you so you can pass. I will draw a defender out. That is what Alexander Isak also have to. So it's good. And he has burst of acceleration and pace. But this guy, how can a player be tall and has this level of acceleration? Victor Osimhen, hey. But then he wouldn't come cheap anyways. So, guys, these are the top players so far in the news as at the time of recording this video for Liverpool to sign. However, we are going to quickly look at what are some other possible options Liverpool could actually take advantage of. So let's just do a quick scouting for a striker because like these ones are so priced. So let's see. Along the line, we are going to. Why do I keep saying along the line? Say along the line or along the way? English. Anyone, like along the way, we are going to also see some amazing players. Before that, I saw something you all will never believe. Should I do it now or in a different video? No, I think I'll do it on a different because this is actually a special. This one is actually a special and it is not related to Liverpool at all, right? It's actually a special. So maybe at this point, I'm going to end the video and then I would make a different, because it's also getting long, I'll make a different video where we'll be looking at other options in these positions aside these names we have mentioned so far, okay? And then we are going to also do the special on that player we talked about. Like, look at that player's profile and you'll be shocked. And watch out for it because you wouldn't believe it. When I keep telling you all that Football Manager is one of the best football games out there, some of you know, right? But a whole lot of people really don't know. And let me tell you one of those secrets, right? Football Manager is actually one of those games or analytical tools that is being used by many football clubs actually to get a picture of or a view of players they possibly could sign. Trust me, like real clubs actually use this application or this game. So don't take it for granted, okay? So please like, share and subscribe to this video. I love you all. All right, bye-bye.